Peace fam, what is happening? It's Ben and we have another yoga practice today. We have just about 20 minutes for our practice and we're focusing on single leg balancing today. For that reason, we'll go ahead and stand up to start our practice. Walk to the top of your mat, bring the hands to heart center and close the eyelids. Take a deep breath in, followed by a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We'll go ahead and start off our balancing by pulling the left knee into the chest and grabbing a hold of the left shin or kneecap area. Roll the left ankle around a few times. And notice as you do this what it feels like to balance on one leg. We'll go ahead and gently release without flinging the leg. Gently place it down, switch sides. Right knee pulls in, grab a hold of the right upper shin or kneecap area, roll the right ankle around a few times. And stay in your breath here. Go ahead and release, and we'll just keep adding on. So pull the left knee into the chest. This time, hands are at heart center. Warrior 3, left leg extends. Take a step back into high crescent lunge. Reach the hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale, lean forward. One-legged Tadasana, so pull the left knee back into the chest where we started, grab a hold of the left shin, roll the ankle around once again. And then without flinging, gently release. Once the left foot lands, right knee lifts into the chest. Hands at heart center, warrior 3, right leg extends back, and then step back to high crescent. Hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale, lean forward, balance. Right foot floats. One-legged Tadasana, pull the right knee all the way up into the chest. Wrap the arms or the hands around the shin or kneecap, roll the right ankle around a few times. Without flinging, gently release the right leg. Once the right foot lands on the mat, left knee pulls in. Warrior 3, left leg extends back. Slowly step into high crescent lunge and then reach the hands up. Take an inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale, lean forward, warrior 3, left foot floats. Left knee pulls in, one-legged Tadasana, wrap the hands around the shin, roll the ankle around. Really embracing that we're off balance whenever we do a single leg balance, right? And the goal is to come back into balance using awareness and strength of the body. So release the left foot down, float the right knee up. Letting ourselves fall out of poses. Warrior 3, extend the right foot back, and step back into your high lunge. Falling out of a pose is totally fine. In fact, it's a good thing because it means we're growing at every step. Every time we fall, it means we're improving because we took that step, we pushed our limits, and we're gaining muscle memory of standing on one leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean forward, hands to heart center, warrior 3. Stork pose or one-legged Tadasana, right knee pulls in, knee into chest. Roll the ankle around, letting it be a practice, right? We're not perfect. We're not here to be perfect. That's no fun. We're here to explore and to smile and laugh. Go ahead and release the right foot down and then lift the left knee into the chest. Warrior 3, left leg extends. Step back, high crescent lunge. Hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale, lean forward, warrior 3. One-legged Tadasana, left knee pulls in. Wrap the hands around the left shin, roll the ankle around. This is the last one, so release the left foot down, pull the right knee in, and warrior 3. Right leg extends back, step into high crescent. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center, lean forward, balance. Right foot floats. Right knee pulls into the chest. Grab the shin, roll the ankle around. Release everything down, shake out the knees, shake out the arms. And then on your next inhale, reach both hands up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Step back to plank pose. Push the ground away, engage through the legs, engage through the core. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull through. Exhale, downward facing dog, swing it back. From down dog, take your gaze to the top of the mat. Rise to the toes, bend the knees, and then walk or take a little hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just sun salutations here. Inhale, hands up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Into low plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, look forward, rise to the toes, bend the knees, walk or take a little hop. Top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen the spine. Fold on the exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Last one, hands to the sky, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank pose, step back into your chaturanga, into your upward facing dog, into your downward facing dog. As we land in down dog, look forward, rise to the toes, bend the knees, and then come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold on your exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Pause here, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Two more like that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And out. All right, so we're switching up the pace a little bit, opening the hips a little bit more now. So standing on the right foot, let's lift the left knee into the chest, and then extend left leg, warrior three. We've been here before, and then we'll open into balancing half moon. Take this slowly. It's quite the transition for the hips as we kind of look to stack the left hip on top of the right. If you have yoga blocks, this would be where you put a block under your right hand, but I don't have them nearby, and maybe you don't either. Slowly step back to warrior two. So let the left foot land at the back of your space. Open out the arms. Soften through your shoulders. Breathe. Even though warrior two is, of course, still an active position, the nice thing about it is that we have both feet on the ground, and we can channel the energy of both of those feet to feel stable, to feel strong. Let's reverse our warrior, shift up and back, and then come forward to balancing half moon once again. Left foot floats, right hand could either float or place on the ground or place on a block. It's your choice. All right, from here, warrior three, close off the hips. Arms can do whatever they want. Maybe it feels fun to reach the arms behind you like airplane pose. And then rise all the way, left knee pulls into the chest, hands to heart center. Then release the left foot down to the ground. That was a whole lot, so bounce out the knees if you want. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Lift the right knee in toward the chest. And then extend the right leg for warrior three position, Virabhadrasana 3. Balancing half moon from here, Ardha Chandrasana. Peel the right hip open, right hip on top of left. It's a challenging pose, but it's one of my favorites. I often wobble out of it, but it still feels good. Step back to warrior two, nice and slowly. Find your balance, find your alignment. Once you arrive, soften the shoulders. Breathe. We have about 2 more breaths here, nice and slow. Reverse warrior on your inhale. Exhale, come forward, half moon. Take it right into the balance once again. Of course, there's an optional block under the left hand, or keep it floating. Warrior three, hips, right hip rotates down. One-legged Tadasana or stork pose, right knee into the chest. Release right foot down to the mat. Shake out the knees for a second. Stay in the breath. Let's do that same thing again. It only gets easier on rounds 2 and round 3 because we've been here before. We're slowly opening up the body as we build muscle memory. A lot of balance is just as much mental as it is physical, so it helps to warm up the body, and it also helps to warm up the mind. This is why balance begets balance, and we get better at balance as we practice it. Lift the right knee, one-legged Tadasana. Sweep the left leg to the back of the mat, warrior three, and then peel the left hip open, balancing half moon. Breathe here. Slowly step back, warrior two position. Once you land in warrior two, pause. Soften the shoulders as you find strength radiating through the fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, start to come forward, half moon. Re-enter the position. Breathe. Warrior three, close it off. Hands could reach behind you or stay at heart center. Stork pose or one-legged Tadasana, left knee pulls in. And then place the left foot down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Pull the right knee into the chest. Warrior three, right leg extends. Peel open, right hip stacks on top of left. Give yourself a moment here for balancing half moon. Nice job if you're still with me. Slowly step back, warrior two position. Open on up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, start to come forward, half moon position. Float into your balance. Breathe. And then close off the hips. Rotate the right hip down in line with the left. Pull the right knee in, one-legged Tadasana or stork pose. And release both feet down. As both feet land, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more round. Left knee lifts. Warrior three, left leg extends. Once you find extension, peel open. Left hip lands on top of the right, and we breathe. Both legs are active here. The standing leg and the extended leg. Take an inhale. Slowly start to step back on the exhale by bending the front right knee. Left toes land back of the mat. Pause in warrior two. Gain your traction once again. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, start to come forward into your balancing half moon position. Give yourself a moment. Rotate the left hip down. Warrior three, option to reach the hands behind you. Rise all the way up to standing. Left knee into the chest. And then place left foot down. Take a moment. Breathe. Amazing job. Last side. Right knee pulls in. And then right leg extends. Once you extend, peel open for your Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon position. Take a moment, activate both legs, activate both arms. Then slowly step back. Bend the left knee, land right toes back of the mat. Pause in warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come forward into your balance, Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe. And then rotate the right hip down. Warrior three, maybe you reach the arms back. Stork pose, one-legged Tadasana, right knee into the chest. And then place the right foot down. Pause here, drop the arms by your side. Close the eyes, relax the body, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more like that, deep breath in. And out. Inhale, hands reach up to the sky. Forward fold, exhale. Sun salutations. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose into your chaturanga. Feel free to do this with the knees down if that gives you a little more traction, a little more control. Into your up dog or cobra. And then to downward facing dog. Look forward, rise to the toes, bend the knees, walk or take a little hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Hands to the sky, inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Last one, hands to the sky, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose into low plank pose. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. As you land in downward facing dog, look forward and come to the top of your mat into forward fold. And then from here, sink into a toe stand. So let the heels lift up off of the mat as we balance on the toes. All right, This I also consider to be a balancing position. Even though both feet are on the ground, by lifting the heels, we are taking a balance because only a small portion of our foot compared to what we're used to is on the mat. And then the goal is to create a long spine, and you could even reach the hands up. You could even find Kali Mudra, interlacing fingertips, extending thumb and first finger. We're not here for long, maybe 2 more breaths. It's a great way to stretch out the feet, a great way to engage all those little muscles in the feet, ankles. Release the arms, and then we'll drop down into boat pose. So let the heels land, and slowly plop the butt onto the yoga mat, boat pose. There's a lot of different ways to take boat pose. Your legs could be straight or bent. Your arms could be supporting your legs or outstretched. You could even use your arms on the floor to support. All right, I'll give us a little countdown. Last little moment of big effort. Staying in boat pose here for 5, trying to lengthen the spine. For 4. For another 3. Another 2. On 1, release the feet down. Seated forward fold. Fold over the legs. Relax the body, let the spine round. Let the chin tuck down toward the chest. Let the space expand that's in between the shoulder blades, puffing up the upper back a little bit. Breathing in and out, letting things soften for a moment. Go ahead and sit up. We'll stay down on the mat the rest of practice. And this is where I'm going to turn sideways so that y'all can see me better, but you can really face whatever direction you want. Legs open up wide. Heels are pressing down into the mat. And we'll begin to windshield wiper the legs to rotate through the hip joint. So when we do a lot of these single leg balancing, there's a lot of strength in the hips to keep us in alignment, in position. What this is designed to do is bring fluidity back into our energy, letting the hip joints rotate through their range of motion while we're stable and sitting on the ground. You might notice yourself kind of sliding forward on your mat. That's natural. And this is where I'm actually going to go ahead and float the hands as well, allowing the windshield wiper to be a little bit more active with the hands floating. Let's give ourselves enough time to start to find fluidity. I know the first couple rounds of this can often feel very crunchy, for lack of a better word. But once we allow ourselves to go through maybe 30 seconds or maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, it starts to feel a lot more fluid because we've opened up that space. Just another couple breaths. So come through center, extend the legs into a wide-legged forward fold position. And this is going to be our last stretch of the day. You can choose to either just fold over the middle and kind of enjoy a nice passive stretch. We did a lot of work into the hips today, so this is a really good way to continue working into the hips and hamstrings with it being a little bit more passive, a little bit less active. If you'd like to move the weight around, you could find some side body stretches, or you could just allow the torso to kind of move over the legs at different angles, which will provide slightly different stretches. One thing that might feel nice is to close the eyes as you take the body into this stretch. Feel some effort release out of the body. Low to medium effort here. Stay in the breath. My friends, this is where I'll leave you today. I recommend taking your time in this stretch. This is a good one to hold for anywhere between 1 and 5 minutes. And I recommend taking a Shavasana if this is the end of your practice, or if you're moving on to another movement practice, or maybe going for a walk or a jog or a bike ride or really anything else, then definitely enjoy that. And hopefully this set you up to move through the next part of your day with a little mindfulness, whatever that next part of the day is, whether it's movement or whether it's back to work or eating some food or whatever it is. I think the more we can move through life in a mindful way, no matter what we're doing, then that's a good thing, and that's medicine for ourselves, medicine for the earth. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining for today's practice. There is, of course, more practices on the way, so be sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you soon on or off the mat. All right, y'all, many blessings as always. Peace.